Hello, today we are talking about grants, and more grants that are available for entrepreneurs, small business owners, and nonprofits. So, if you are one that's looking to get free money for your business, money that you don't have to pay back, money that you don't have to give up equity in your business for, then this is the broadcast for you. Just want to give all of our She Boss Talk family a shout out. I am Shantae Alradi. I'm so excited to be on today to share with you our strategies and tips on how you get money. And I know a lot of times too is challenging to find where are these opportunities. So we bring you these opportunities and then provide you with resources where you can find hundreds, if not thousands, of more grant opportunities for your business venture or cause or whatever it is that you need grant funds for, because there's a lot of opportunities out there to be able to get it. Welcome to all of our new followers. If you are new here to She Boss Talk, let us know who you are. Please put a comment, who you are, where you're hailing from, and what your business is. If you have a business or if you're aspiring to have a business, what is that business? We are all about helping you to build wealth through entrepreneurship and make a greater impact through your entrepreneurship journey. So that's why we are here to share these money making opportunities and then how to go get the funding to either start or grow your business. I am going to be focusing on three particular grants today. So I only highlight three because we could be here forever. But I like to bring you a diverse types of grants, so you know that there is more than one type of grant out there. There's grants for everybody. So it doesn't matter who you are, what industry you're in, what type of business you have. Most likely there's a grant opportunity available for you. Also, as always, you will find resources in the caption or in the description of this video where the text is. So if you ever want to try to find it, it's there. And then we also drop the resources in the comments of the video after I'm done with the live. You will also find the grants that I'm highlighting today. They are also in the description. So you could go straight to the grant, click on it, review it, see if you're eligible. And if you are, go ahead and shoot your shot and apply for that particular grant. There are also other funding resources linked in this video as well. Just based on what our community is telling us that they need. Shout out to all of those who were able to get working capital last week and this week. We just put out a reminder that we do help fund self-employed. There's no other place that I know of that you can get access to funding that is not grants if you don't make more than $10,000 a month. So if you are a gig worker or solopreneur, know that there are funds out there available for you to do whatever it is that you need to have done in your business. So we help all types of businesses with all types of funding. Want to let you know that. So before I get started with highlighting the grants, I just want to put out a reminder for those that don't know that there is disaster relief funds that are available through the SBA. So if you or a business owner that you know has been impacted by a disaster, we know that there have been many between floods and hurricanes and tornadoes around the country. The SBA provides disaster relief funds. So once your area has been designated as a disaster area, those funds are then made available. You can go to sba.gov to learn more about that. And definitely, if there's something going on in your state may also have additional disaster relief funds available for you. Most times they come in the form of loans, but sometimes you never know, there might be grant opportunities as well. There's a program that I mentioned late last year and early this year. I believe it's in partnership with the U.S. Chamber of Commerce and FedEx, where business owners, you get on in the database. And so if you're already filled out the application, you're in the database, and you experience a disaster, you're in the list to get, I believe, up to $5,000 in relief. So that's why it's important to follow us. So if you're not following us, make sure that you tap in and you stay engaged, because we give you all of this type of information regularly. So you want to make sure you're tuned in so that you don't miss out on any information that will be helpful for you and your business, whether it's now or later, because we found with COVID that is not the only disaster. It will not be the last. And so many more programs are coming out to make sure that businesses, when they do experience a disaster, that they are not devastated and have to go out of business, that there is some support for you in the event that you experience a disaster. So again, just make sure that you're aware of that and stay tuned in. Also, I wanted to just remind those of you all, whether it's you or a business owner that if you had W-2 employees in 2020 or 2021, that there is still the COVID employee retention tax credit that is available. Is grant-like. It is not a grant. It's basically the government is giving you money for you as a reward or payback for you retaining your employees. So it's a payroll tax credit for those that had W-2 employees in 2020 or 2021, and you experienced a COVID event. Now, this tax credit is refundable, meaning that once you qualify for it, the IRS is going to give you a check. Okay, so they're going to give you a check, so you can get up to or qualify for up to $26,000, okay, or be eligible for up to $26,000. We've helped business owners claim over 15 million in tax credits since late 2020, I believe. So we've helped a lot of businesses, but there's still millions more that either don't know about this program, have been misinformed about the program, and so they haven't taken advantage of the opportunity. Please know that when these programs come out, they're always Congress actually, before they passed the budget, was actually discussing taking money from COVID relief programs that are still being put out. There's still many COVID relief programs. This is one of the last remaining federal COVID relief programs, and is one of the biggest, and is one of the ones that a lot of people still haven't taken advantage of. So, but they have deadlines. And if you're not taking advantage of it, what happens is Congress comes together and try to figure out where they can pull money from. And unfortunately, they look at the COVID programs, what monies have not been used or allocated, and they want to snatch it back instead of figuring out, okay, how can we better do outreach to get it in the hands of the business owners that need it the most. So that's why I'm here to continually push this, because the deadline to claim your 2020 employee retention tax credit is quick approaching. You only have until April 15th of 2024 to claim 2020. And then you have up to April 15th of 2025 to claim your 2021 tax credit. But we're already in June. So you have a little bit less than a year to claim your 2020 tax credit. Also, if you were a startup, so if you started your business on or after February 15th of 2020, you may qualify for a special startup recovery credit. If you started your business on or after February 15th of 2020. So that can be significant. That means that you can qualify for up to $100,000 as a startup, where you may not have qualified for EIDL or PPP. So again, we're here to make sure that you're well informed and to educate you on the programs that are available so that you can go after them. So we assist you. So please find the link in the description if you need assistance with ERC. Be mindful who you use as a service provider to help you is key, because there are a lot of scammers around all of these programs. So you do not want to be scammed. So anybody that's telling you that they can get you more than you qualify for or sooner than what you can, because the IRS is slow. So just consider it when you apply, and when you get it, that is a bonus for you. Okay, so it's going to take time for the IRS to process all the claims, but we quickly get it filed for you, and we just need all the information from you. Our team is dedicated to help you along the process from beginning to end. But again, this is the employee retention tax credit. You don't have a lot of time to apply to see how much you are eligible for, and then get your claim filed. Okay. by experts who know what they're doing, who are well versed in tax code, who are well versed in this program. Don't just go to anyone because people have been scammed. Okay. So be careful, be mindful of that. And we're here to help you. Just shoot us the email or use the link that is in the description. Okay. So this grant that I'm going to talk about next is a $100,000 grant. This one is for nonprofit. So if you're a nonprofit watching, put nonprofit in the comments. If you know a nonprofit, please tag them or share this video with them, because we do get a lot of questions from nonprofits about where grants as well. Despite the fact that grants have always been available for nonprofits, they have not always been available like they are now for profits. But still, nonprofit organizations still are challenged to find, okay, where are the grants that I can apply for, and then to apply for them. So just make sure that you are grant ready, because even with these larger grants or the more complicated ones, or the ones that require more lengthy proposal, we refer all the time, but even when we refer, the organizations are not yet ready. They're not well positioned or prepared to even hire a grant writer. So, all of the videos that we put out is to help you learn how to position yourself, how to get prepared to go out and get this money that is available. So when the opportunity arises, for you to fund your project, for domestic violence or for the homeless, or whatever it is, for children, right? If you want to start a school or whatever it is that you want, there's money out there for it. But know that you have to be prepared in order to apply for these and to win them. Okay. So I'm going to share on my screen again. I'm going to focus on 3 here today. There are more. So we have hundreds of grants that are available. So you can click in the description and subscribe to our grant list for all of those opportunities that are available for you. Okay. So let me see. I think this is the one, new profit. So you should see my screen. Don't worry about reading the text. I'm going to review all of the information for you. So this one is the Economic Mobility Catalyst cohort. Please understand that there are so many like accelerator type programs that are available to help you in your business. So whether you are an entrepreneur, for-profit, or nonprofit, nonprofits, this is an accelerator program for you. Okay. So accelerator programs are there to help you accelerate your growth, right? So that you can grow your business, fund your business quicker. They equip you with the whole program with experts and products and services and learning that is going to help you be a more successful, more impactful nonprofit. So it says new profit is to invest $1.6 million in 16 nonprofits driving economic mobility in partnership with communities across the nation. And you see their social media. So as always, get in the know of the organizations that are giving out these grants. There may be other opportunities available for you, and you just want to know the organization that you're applying for as well. Get to know them, what their mission is, what their goals. So you never know what additional opportunities may be available for you, or how you may be able to leverage the organization to help you or to help the people that you are called to serve. So you see a big apply now button. So the deadline for this grant is coming quickly. We know that there's grants always coming to end every month. So this deadline is June the 26th of 2023. So it says they're accepting applications now for the latest cohort. So you will also find here on the page or link to last year's cohort. So it can really help you have a point of reference for the types of organizations that were accepted to the program before. It's all types of programs, and some that's on the list I'm familiar with. I'm actually a part of the organization, so I was glad to be able to check that out. So again, 16 social entrepreneurs building breakthrough solutions to advance economic mobility in America will receive $100,000 in addition to coaching and cohort support. So just think, if you have a nonprofit, what you can do with $100,000. That's a lot of money. That's six figures for a business. So New Profit is a national venture philanthropy organization that will invest again in these organizations that are driving economic mobility across the country, with emphasis on supporting Black, Indigenous, and Latinx leaders. Support for this cohort is made possible by generous funding from the Balmer Group and an anonymous donor, and builds on recent investments in high impact organizations, building an economy that works for all. So also look into those that are partnering. So New Profit is the host, but they have partnered. They have received donors to make this opportunity available for you. Okay. So New Profit supports both organizations and ecosystem building efforts aimed at advancing economic opportunities in America. So New Profit has a deep track record for investing in innovations in this space, especially those that advancing equity in the education to employment pipeline. We believe organizations that practice proximity are best positioned to catalyze responsive, sustainable change, meaning those organizations that center, learn from, and adapt to the needs of their core constituents as a continuous practice. Further, we are committed to investing in true economic mobility, prioritizing solutions that hold a more expansive view of what it means to deliver results that repair deeply entrenched harms of the past and present. And so, while also working to ensure future economic vitality for all Americans, our vision is to support a variety of organization models, including direct, widespread, and systematic change through our core portfolio investments and economic building approaches. So about this cohort. So for this upcoming cycle, the 16 innovative nonprofits that will receive $100,000 in unrestricted investment. Unrestricted. That means you get to use it in your business how you want to use it, in your nonprofit. In kind capacity building support. That is a huge challenge among a lot of nonprofits, is building their capacity. So they're going to give you that support and participation in peer learning community over a course of 1 year. So this is your opportunity to also network with others that have done what you want to do, that are doing what you want to do, and that are your peers. At this time, we are particularly interested in making investments towards transformative strategies occurring in long-term spectrum of economic mobility interventions. So social drivers of employment incomes. So examples include increasing access to high quality, affordable childcare, transportation, and housing to support economic opportunity. 2, pathways to income generation. So examples would include equitable innovations in the labor market, such as developing solutions that promote skill-based hiring, living wage jobs, and worker power. Number 3, examples include financial health and wellness creation. So examples include driving reparations and guaranteed income solutions, increasing access to capital for entrepreneurship, and exploring ideas for community ownership. So these are huge. Again, this is for nonprofits in a lot of different areas. They all go on to share their support model. And so while each cohort of social entrepreneurs require tailored support to meet their unique needs, the base of our capacity building program includes refining your impact model to advance systems change outcomes and connecting into compelling story of impact, assessing organizational strengths, capabilities, and opportunities for growth, building an effective high performance board of directors. How many people need an effective, high-performing board of directors, right? Developing equitable and results-driven practices for managing teams and stakeholders, identifying effective practices for operational excellence in order to execute against organizational strategy like fundraising, finance, HR, and communications, and 1 to 2 additional topics that identified by the cohort members as areas of support. So what are the eligibility criteria? Okay. So you must meet the eligibility criteria. Otherwise, they advise you, like I do, is not to proceed. You will submit an application and invite not to proceed by submitting an application, and they would invite you to complete a new discovery form. So if you don't meet the criteria, don't stop there. Submit the discovery form, and maybe there's other support that they can give you to help you as you're building your nonprofit. But for this cycle, if you have any questions about this investment cycle, they encourage you to watch their informational webinar that was recorded on June the 8th and review the related slides. They're hyperlinked right here on the website. You also can contact their team at Catalyze at newprofit.org with 2020 Economic Mobility Cohort as the subject line. To be eligible, U.S. communities served, organization operates in or primarily serves communities in the United States. You must have your 501c3 status, or organization or physical sponsor must be a nonprofit. Okay. So this is good. This will be a question for those that have for-profits going after this, or maybe some collaboration and have a nonprofit as a fiscal sponsor. See if that may be an opportunity for you. Okay, because this is really for social entrepreneurs. If you don't have your 501c3 and you seek to, let me know in the comments, and I will connect you to our resident nonprofit expert who can help you with that as well. A budget size. So your organization's annual operating budget should be between $250,000 and $2 million. Your organization should be led by a social entrepreneur. So organization must be led by a social entrepreneur or entrepreneurs. And they define a social entrepreneur as CEO or ED, right? Executive director, as both the leader or final decision maker of an organization's internal, external strategy, daily operations, financial decisions. Social entrepreneurs must also work for the organization on a full-time basis, 30 hours a week minimum, with plans to retain at the organization through the completion of 1 year grant term. So it's so important, again, reread through the eligibility requirements so you know what's required, and if you have to maintain a role or a certain position or requirements throughout the duration, make sure that you're doing that. For this cycle, we will be prioritizing entrepreneurs, again, that identify as Black, Indigenous, and Latinx. You must be in operation for at least 2 years as of June 26th of 2023. Early stage but not seed stage organizations consider itself past seed stage, right? But is still relative to early stage in terms of organizational growth and capacity. This criteria is less about the actual stage of the organization or age of the organization, and more about the stage of growth that you feel you are in the right now, especially related to specific economic mobility initiative. Okay. Not a previous new profit grantee. So you could not have won a previous grant, grant previously, and you must be willing to be an active, engaged cohort member over the course of 1 year. Through deep pattern of recognition based on learning from our portfolio, we have found that pairing flexible capital with targeted capacity building can strengthen an organization's ability to refine and expand their impact model, strategic capabilities, sustainable growth orientation. So with this in mind, they ask that social entrepreneurs seeking investment are also committed to active and meaningful participation in the following programming over the course of 1 year. So monthly one-on-one adaptive learning coaching, that's monthly. Every other month, one-on-one strategic advising, and 3 in-person covenings, which is typically spread out over 2 to 3 days, and 2 to 3 hour virtual learning sessions. I don't know who wouldn't want this. They're going to help you strengthen your organization. And every nonprofit I know needs strengthening. That's just been my experience. I don't know any nonprofit that couldn't use help in these areas. And then again, it's going through the application process for you. The step part 1 is submitting the application on time and complete, right? And on time by the June 26th deadline and by 8 p.m. Eastern. So please mark the time in addition to the date. because if it goes after 8 p.m., your application will not be accepted. Part 2 application submission deadline is July 31st at 8 p.m. So invited organizations from the first round will advance to this stage and will include additional short form questions. So organizations will be given 2 weeks to complete the second round. Our team will conduct internal review of applications to part 2 to determine which organizations will be invited to screening. And then screening is the last part of the application process, and a subset of organizations will advance to this stage for a deeper understanding of the work that you're doing through interviews. So you will be interviewed. This will consist of 2 interviews in which your team will be asked clarifying questions that build on what is shared in your overall application. Social entrepreneurs and other key stakeholders will also have opportunities to ask key questions for new profit. And we seek a mutual learning partnership. So learning partnership, and want to ensure organizations and their teams get time to get to know them, new profit, and as well as they get to know you. And these screening interviews will start around the September timeframe. So you can plug these dates on your calendar. And so there's more information here. You can go to the website. It's already in the description of this video. And they also give you hyperlinks to application guides and FAQs. And again, to the webinar, I highly recommend that you go watch the webinar at any time one is provided. And then again, they have the email that you can email them for support. Okay. So this is, that's one of the grants that we have available. Again, that's $100,000, and it's for nonprofits. Or if you have a nonprofit that is a physical sponsor, go back and re-review and see if you're eligible. This may be a great opportunity for collaboration. I say oftentimes more and more grant opportunities, they favor collaborative efforts. They want to see partnerships. Okay. So if you could partner with a nonprofit organization and go after this grant, that would be so huge. Okay. So let's go to the next grant. And I see you all out there. You're so welcome. Again, hundreds more of grants are available through our grant list. So we do the heavy lifting for you. We find the grants, and all you have to do is apply for them. Okay. This next one I'm going to review is Comcast Rise. This is a very popular grant. We reviewed this grant before many times. Many of our peers have won this grant. They have a financial grant, and they also have like a marketing grant and technology grant. This grant, Comcast Rise, launched in 2020, and it has been going ever since. And you can actually see read stories of recipients, and you can see past recipients by clicking the link at the top. Again, to have a point of reference to see what types of businesses have won in the past. So they have on here Comcast Rise Returns. So they are supporting the growth of small businesses and entrepreneurs committed to uplifting local communities. The program is built to help businesses and their communities thrive with a focus on economic growth. This year, Comcast Rise will award 505 cities, 505 cities with a grant package, not just a grant package, right? So grant packages are becoming more and more popular. They don't just want to give you the money. They want to make sure that that money is going to be put to good use. That money can make a greater impact beyond just you. It includes business consultation services, educational resources, monetary grant, creative production, media schedule, and a technology makeover. Oh my God. So I just said that they typically have separate technology grant, and they have a separate marketing or media grant. They're combining all of them into this one grant. That is huge. Okay. So here's a button there to apply now. And it also tells you which cities. So hopefully it's here, and I'll show you which cities, or at least I'll put them in the comments. So more and more we find regionally based grants as well. So it says, what is Comcast Rise? It stands for Representation, Investment, Strength, and Empowerment. Comcast Rise was created in 2020 to help small businesses hardest hit by COVID-19 recover and thrive. During its initial 2-year term, 13,000 small businesses were awarded with over 110 million in monetary, marketing, and technology grants. Using learnings from our first phase, we're pleased to bring back Comcast Rise has been in an expanded form. And this is expanded. This is huge. You definitely want this if you are eligible. As small businesses transition from pandemic recovery to a focus on expansion and growth. That's what they're focusing on now, people. Not just COVID, okay? We're focused on expansion and growth. Comcast will continue its efforts to help an even broader range of small businesses while continuing to focus on diversity, inclusion, and community investment. Okay, so this application is open until June 30th. I would not wait until the deadline to apply for this particular grant. Let me see if I can find. I would drop the locations in there. Usually they mention them on the website, but I don't see it. I know Detroit is in here, so it's like 5 cities that are on here, and I'll make sure I drop them in the comments. But in the application, you're going to click on the application and get started. It is not a super long application at all. They have more about other projects that they have. So I would highly advise to look into those. Again, other programs that they may have available that you can tap into as well. So again, this is Comcast Rise. I know last year they expanded this to women. So again, this is a diverse grant for minorities and women businesses. Click on the application and they may go into more detail. I'm sure they'll go into more detail about eligibility requirements. Okay. But the deadline for this is June the 30th. Okay. I see you all out there. Shout out Chicago. Awesome. Awesome. So we have some new businesses, some people that want to start businesses on here. We have some nonprofits on here. Shout out to the nonprofits that are on here. Uber drivers. This grant is not for Ubers. I always say what I would recommend for those that are in the ride sharing businesses brand. Turn your business into a real business. Structure your business, meaning legally structured. Get your articles of incorporation. Make sure you're registered in your state as a transportation business, right? That way you can get access to more opportunities that are available. But as an Uber driver, there are funding available. You will see the link in the comments as far as additional funding. Is just not for grant opportunities. Okay. We have a restaurant owner in here. There's still plenty of restaurant grants and other types of funding available to restaurant owners as well. Again, go check out our grant list that is linked in the description. So there's one last grant that I'm going to share. This one has been around for a long time. Let me see. And this one is for women entrepreneurs. I believe this one is for jewelry makers, but let's see. And this is a fellowship, right? So there's accelerator programs, there's fellowship opportunities that are available. So this is the Cartier's Women Initiative that has been around for a long time now. Our regional and thematic awards, and this is up to $100,000 in grant awards. So our regional and thematic awards recognize and fund talented impact entrepreneurs from around the world who are leveraging business as a force for good. A Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Award was created in 2023. So this is one of their new programs. Okay. So check out all that they have to offer. So this was created in 2023 to encourage entrepreneurial solutions designed to close the gap of access, outcome, outcomes and opportunity for communities that have been underrepresented and underserved. While other regional and thematic awards of the Cartier Women's Initiative focus on supporting women, this pilot award is open to all genders. All right, men, all genders can apply for this program. That's huge, men and women. So the call for applications for the 2024 edition is now open and will close June 30th at 6 p.m. At 6 p.m. Please apply via the link on the page for each award. So we scroll down here. Okay, it's saying regional awards. For each edition, 3 fellows will be selected from each of the 9 regions. So there are 9 regions. You're going to click the button for the regional awards. There is one for Latin American and the Caribbean, one for North America, one for Europe, one for Francophone Sub-Saharan Africa, and then one for Anglophone. And let me scroll over. And Lusophone Africa, and then there's Middle East and North Africa, East Asia, South Asia, and Central Asia, and Oceania. So again, this is a global fellowship opportunity. This is the new program, first year for this program. So it's a pilot that is open to both men and women and giving up to $100,000 in grants through this fellowship, right? So fellowship programs are similar to accelerators, where it's a program, you have a cohort of people that are accepted to the program, and you get access to a wealth of knowledge, resources, tools, and expertise to help you on your entrepreneurship journey. So this is huge. So if you know someone that you believe that will qualify or maybe eligible for any of the 3 grants, tag them, share this video with them. This is huge opportunity. And then they have here, let me click on the top. It's giving you more information about the overview, timeline, and partnerships. Look at who they're partnering with. And they have different types of awards too. So maybe you are or are not eligible for this one. Look into some of their other award programs that they offer as well. So we scroll down and saying thematic awards are open to impact entrepreneurs from any country and sector. For each edition, 3 fellows, again, will be selected for each of the 2 thematic awards. All right. And then they have more awards: Science and Technology Pioneer Award, Diversity and Inclusion and Equity and Inclusion Award. The fellow selection process in a nutshell: call for applications, they shortlist, right? So all applications are filtered, reviewed against the selection criteria, filtered and reviewed. So when they get a lot of applications, know that they're going to create questions or criteria to eliminate people off the top, okay? So they can get to the nitty gritty of the applications that really have substance and meet the eligibility criteria. So the Cartier Women's Initiative team ranks the top 10 businesses per category. The top 5 businesses move into a due diligence. Next 5 are waitlisted for potential placement. Then they have the due diligence phase, right? This due diligence, they request additional information to the top 5 businesses per category. In-depth virtual due diligence conducted by Sagana on the top 10 businesses and any required replacements. Then jury ranking. Top 5 applicants make 10-minute presentations followed by 20-minute Q&A with the jury panel. The jury members select and rank the top 3 fellows for each category. Fellows are announced on social media and to the press. And then lastly, award ceremony. First, second, and third place awardees are announced during the award ceremony. And then you can read more information, including FAQs. They have quick links and contacts, and so you're able to subscribe to their newsletter. But then again, this is the Cartier Women's Initiative that is open to all genders, okay? Up to $100,000 in grants. including a whole fellowship program. So shoot your shot, check the eligibility. If you are eligible, I definitely recommend that you apply to this program. So many companies and organizations are creating brand new programs. So they're adding on to the programs they have. They're taking from programs that they launched during COVID, and they're enhancing them. That is to our benefit. So I encourage you all to get out there, to shoot your shot with confidence and boldness. Sell yourself. Pitch yourself. Every day we're pitching ourselves. That's basically what you're doing. You're telling people about your business and why it is that you are deserving of their money. So make sure that you are sharing your story. It's all about really your story and compelling people to give you money. Once you get through all of the business stuff and making sure that you're eligible and that you provide all the documentations, is really just you sharing your story about your business journey, the impacts that you're making. And that should come easier and easier to you. Get into practice, write it down, brainstorm it, talk to someone or a peer, or get someone to help you so that you can just craft this information. And so you always have it readily available. Like these are things like, you can pull things from your mission statement and your vision statements, right? So how many of you, if you have a mission statement, put a 1 in the comment. If you have a vision statement, put a 2 in the comment, right? So these are things that can be helpful for you when these opportunities arise and they're asking you questions about your business and where you see your business and what types of things that you're doing. So as you are making an impact, as you are serving in the community, different communities, whatever your community is, please make note of the impact you're making. Make note, take inventory, save for record. So like if you are in the news, any news clipping, whether you're on radio, if you're on a talk show, a podcast, if you wrote in a blog, or if you were highlighted or spotlighted in a blog, if there was a press release that was issued with you in it, all of these things you should be maintaining. And I highly recommend that you create a press kit. So all of these things are already in there. You can send them out to people. You can have it listed on your website, and you and your team can refer back to these things and continually updating it and adding to the things that you're doing. Any speaking engagements, including volunteer, right? So if you have partnered with another organization or business or volunteered or served on the board, include these things. Talk about it. Talk about everything that you are doing that is relevant to the grant applications that you are applying for. I think this will be much easier. You got to get in and start thinking about, we're doing, but have you taken a step back and said, okay, I'm doing, what am I doing? And notating it. Don't let it pass you by. Take pictures of what you're doing, right? So if you're hosting a community event, that should be in the news. You should have pictures, you should have videos with you there doing it, right? If you're hosting certain contests or giveaways or grants, similar to what we do, again, these are things that you can spotlight, that the impact that you're doing. If you're, helping in community, if a percentage of proceeds from sales of your products or services go to help someone in need, then you need to share that, right? So all of these things are impactful and transformative that grantors need and want to hear about. Is all part of your story. And you heard there, we're still in COVID, yes, but like we're going into 4 years now. And while there are still several COVID grants and programs at the local levels, check your state, that are still using COVID money, federal monies that were given to them. Yes, still they're using COVID money across different states. Check a city near you. But beyond that, businesses and organizations and other funders are really looking to helping you move past COVID. And the focus right now is on growth and expansion. Who's ready for growth and expansion? Raise your hand. Put an emoji in the comments if you're ready for growth and expansion. That's what they want. They want to help you grow, not stay stuck in COVID, stuckness. and be stagnant because of COVID. These are all programs that you can leverage. So if you're a person and you're struggling or you're challenged or you're stuck, there's no reason. With all the programs that are available right now, there is absolutely no reason that you are staying stuck, especially if you're following us at She Boss Talk. We send you all types of programs that are available. Most, if not all, are free or budget friendly. There's a lot of free programs that we share with you that are, again, even if it doesn't come with money, there's a monetary value. Because guess what? They're giving you access to a program that's worth tens of thousands of dollars, and they're giving it to you, access to you for free. And then on top of that, if it's a program that has a cohort, then they're setting it up so that you have networking opportunities. And so then you have to learn, how do I leverage networking, or how do I leverage the relationship building to build my business and to make more money and to make a greater impact? That all of that is up to you. But again, it goes back to relationships being your greatest asset. A lot of times it's more about who you know than what you know. Who you know can get you in the door even quicker than what your qualifications are. It's who knows you. So the more people you can get connected to, the better. And so I would encourage you, if you're not following us, definitely follow us anywhere that we are on social media, because we want you to win. We're here to support you in your success. And if that means connecting you to a grant opportunity, that's what we're doing here today. I've done my job. I've connected you to the opportunity. Now is your job to go review it, see if you're eligible, and if you're eligible, to go apply. If you apply, you definitely have a chance if you meet the eligibility requirements and you follow through on what the application requirements say. You have zero chance if you submit zero applications. Okay? Because people ask me that all the time. Do I have a chance? You have no chance if you don't apply. If you apply, you definitely have a chance. And if you have a no, don't worry about it. Use that experience, take the lessons learn from it, and then move on to the next grant opportunity. One of my peers just the other day won a huge grant. And I think she was like on the verge of giving up on applying for grant. I think she just took a pause. So if you need to take a pause, but don't give up. Because she was on the verge of giving up. And guess what? She didn't. And next thing you know, she won a grant. Okay. So it's what I've been telling you from day one that I came on here at the height of the pandemic, is that there's a grant with your name on it. There's a grant for everyone. The question is, are you ready? There's people still not ready. They're still not ready to get grants. Okay. And I don't know why. We have the master classes. If you need a master class, go take a master class. These are grants that you do not need to hire a grant writer. And even if you hire a grant writer, you're still not ready. Most of you all still are not ready. And they're going to talk to you, and they're going to tell you to go get ready. And so that's what we're doing, is helping you to get ready to go after all of these amazing opportunities that are available. You have to have your business in order. That whether you're a solopreneur, whether you're a for-profit, whether you consider yourself a for-profit business owner, or you consider yourself a nonprofit, we have to prepare ourselves for these opportunities. Because guess what? The people that's applying with you are already ready. So you've already given them a leg up by not being prepared when you apply, because they're already prepared. That's why people ask me when I was winning all of the grants, how am I doing it? I was already prepared. I already had my business in order. I had already went through the rigorous process of getting certifications. So I knew what they were asking for, I already had. I didn't have to figure it out. I didn't have to struggle to go set up systems. I had them set up already. So we want to get ourselves ready so that we stay ready. We're always ready for the next opportunity when it presents itself to us. Okay. So what is the best site to purchase grant writers? There's no particular site. We have referrals. We have resident grant writer experts that we can refer to you. Just shoot me an email at hello@shebosstalk.com. And no, they're serious. Oftentimes when you ask, people say, okay, I want a grant writer. So they think it's going to be easy. Oh, I'm going to just give it all to a grant writer and I can not have any parts of the process. Mm-mm. Oh, you're going to do some work because they're going to ask you a lot of questions. They're going to ask you for a lot of information because it's your business and it's your organization. It's not as simple as I'm going to pay them. And yes, you have to pay them and pay them up front. So that's why you want to make sure that you're ready. But they're going to tell you, they're going to do an assessment before all of that and see if you're ready. But I'm telling you, there's still a lot of nonprofits that are not ready. You're just so gung-ho for the cause, but don't understand the real work that's necessary in starting a nonprofit and starting a business for that matter. So you can hire a grant writer for a for-profit or nonprofit. It doesn't matter. They can help with all of the above, but we can give you the recommendation and then they can help you tell you what you need in order to be prepared for these types of grant opportunities. Okay. Someone else is asking, can we help? I'm ready. The help is here. Click in the description, share with someone that you know. Our grant cheat sheet is our #1 selling digital product that I created during COVID, at the height of COVID. It was on the recommendation of one of my peers. She was like, okay, you're winning these grants. It would be nice if you could share the information of how you're doing it and how we can get prepared to get these grants. And today people still don't know. So the cheat sheet is $47. It's linked in the comments. It has helped so many entrepreneurs, business owners, and nonprofits alike get grants. So if that's the only thing you get, that's what I highly recommend. But we also have a masterclass. We also have, I did a step-by-step training video where I actually walked through an entire grant application, like to a class. So, these things are made available for you because there's trillions of dollars available. So there's enough for all of us to get it. So I'm not concerned that you're going to go get a grant that should belong to me, because the grant that belongs to me is going to get to me, right? It's just up to me to do what I need to do. And that's what I'm doing. And more of the ones that we're going after are larger and they're more collaborative. So please be on the lookout. We're preparing now that we are going to be reaching out. So follow us everywhere we are, especially on YouTube and Facebook, because we're making the call for collaborators and partners for things that we're doing. And the bigger the project, the more you're going to need a team. The more you're going to need a team of people. So we're in the partnership business. And so just make sure that you're ready. We're going to be sending out a form for you to fill out to let us know about you and what it is that you're doing. So we better know how to partner with the people that are in our community. We reach into our community first for anything before we reach outside of our community. That includes hiring. So be on the lookout for that. Again, all the grant resources are in the description. I will put them again in the comments as well. Go after all these grants. Go sign up for an accelerator program. Whatever one, there's ones for all types of businesses. If you're new, if you need an incubator program, a program to help you start up, we have a list of those programs. Okay. So choose a program that's for you, that's going to help you start your businesses, that's going to help you grow your business. And again, we have all the resources here between our YouTube, our Facebook, and our other social media pages. Get on our email list if you want to be the first ones to know. Join the tribe if you want more intimate mentorship and accountability. That's for a lot of us. What we're missing is mentorship and people, a community to hold us accountable to do what it is we say that we're going to do or that we're called to do. And they're going to hold us to it, right? I love that about the tribe, is that they hold me accountable and I hold them accountable too. Okay. So I love you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, be the boss with Amplified Impact. And I will see you on Thursday with a group of my peers who are involved with brand partnerships. This is part of our brand partnership series and of the 10K per month blueprint on how you can generate $10,000 per month through brand partnerships as a content creator. This is all about making money, making an impact and making money doing it. And companies will partner with you. They will pay you to get in front of your audience. So tune in on Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern. We'll see you there. Have a great day.